Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. Today we've got another NFT banger for you. Now, NFT has been the flavour of last month and hopefully a lot of you are seeing the NFT trend sort of, it's dying down a little bit, but it's still becoming one of the best trends at the beginning of August. Now, we've got another NFT in the name of My Neighbour Alice. Now, this is not a new NFT to the block. This was around back in the early bull run of April, May time, and My Neighbour Alice was doing quite well then. But obviously, like all of crypto, it started taking a plunge, and now NFTs are back in flavour. We want to revisit My Neighbour Alice. Now, with it being one of the top trending NFTs at the moment, we want to sort of, get into the real meat of things, because people that watch Crypto Ripto want to know a few things about how they're investing. Are the tokenomics good? Are the socials good? Because without media hype, tokens don't do too well. And what is the price chart saying? Is it at its top? Is it at its bottom? Or is there opportunities to buy in? Or should we just be passing it by? Well, if you want to know all this cool information about this NFT, My Neighbour Alice, stay tuned and let's get into the video. Well, welcome back. As always, we want to start by looking at what the core market cap's saying. Doesn't tell us a lot, but it gives us a brief overview if this token's worth looking at. So I'm going to jump straight into core market cap. Then we're going to go through the socials, the website, the tokenomics, and then the all-important price chart action. So let's jump straight. Boom. So we're straight into coin market cap now. And as you can see, My Neighbour Alice is sort of trading at over $13, which is quite good for this NFT token, considering not that long ago it was way down there in the 7 and 8s. But where has My Neighbour Alice come from? Has it come from just the 7 and 8s, or was it lower than that? And what's the price been doing over the past few weeks? Well, you can see here in the past 24 hours, its low was 11.87 and its high is 13.44. So already that's telling us that with this price range here, My Neighbour Alice is quite pumped. It's sort of trading at its high. But where did it come from? Now, this is just a brief overview, because like I say, back in like May, I mean, this come all the way from the bull run in like March, April, but May was the real winner, because if we remember, NFTs were doing pretty cool in May. And as you can see, it sort of took a dive with the market and bottomed out around about here. And with NFT flavour coming back in the last month of July, it started rallying up and did what most of the other NFTs did, and that started to pump. But where is My Neighbour Alice sitting now? Well, this is what we want to know. But first of all, we're just going to go through a bit about what My Neighbour Alice is. So we're going to look at the website. We've got a cool little video in their own words, which I'll play for you. And then we'll go into the socials and that all-important price chart action. So just looking at the actual website here, the game, it tells you a little bit of, obviously, it's like a farming game. You go around, you sort of grow a few crops, build a few things, and you've got some avatars, virtual islands. You've got here some in-game assets. But here's a quick video of My Neighbour Alice and what it's all about.
My Neighbour Alice is a multiplayer builder game. Collect and build exciting items, embark on daily quests, dream up new adventures, and meet new friends. My Neighbour Alice was inspired by the best of some of the world's most loved games. It comes jam-packed with cute, unending thrills and fun narratives that twist and turn, surprise, and entertain. Sign up now to be one of the first to be greeted by Alice with an early access pass.
So that told you briefly about what the game is about, how it works, gave you a cool little video of an oversight of it. But there's more information on the website, like I said, if you want to jump over there. So now we're going to jump straight into the socials and say, well, mainly Twitter. So jumping into Twitter, you'll see that they've got apparently a big following of 89.3 thousand followers. Now that's nearly 90,000 followers. So for me, this Twitter account should have a massive engagement. If you've got a true loyal army of 90,000, only 10 shy of 100,000, you can imagine the interaction, the game, the hype is really good. But having looking at this, and when they post something, they're retweeting, they're getting like 146. And here they managed to get like 1k likes on this one, which was quite high for them, because the average for this is around here at 395. You see 131 and 230. You sort of get the gist of where the average engagement of this is going. Now, I know interest in crypto has dropped off a little bit over the months because obviously the euphoria is not there and the hype's not there. But if you had nearly a 90,000 following, you'd still expect a little bit more than engagement of 146, because that number is really low. So one or two things has happened here. Either people of my neighbor Alice have literally just turned their backs and ran on it, which to me doesn't seem plausible, because obviously the hype was there. It was one of the trending NFT tokens, and as we can see, the price action is at one of its highest. So for me, this number might not be entirely genuine. I mean, I cannot prove that, but we're just going on facts and stats. And facts are nearly 90,000 does not match up with 143 engagement or 131, etc. You know, we'd expect a little bit more than that. And you can go over to their Twitter and have a look and judge for yourselves. One of the other things I forgot to mention, and I don't normally do this, but we're going to go back to the thing, is they have got their team on there. So you can see here who's behind it, which, you know, they're putting their reputations on the line here, and their LinkedIn and stuff, which is pretty good for an NFT tokens. Because as you know, the main coins, some of the NFTs, they don't put their name to it or their team. There's no real traceability there. And for instance, they have got a good white paper with a lot of tokenomics, etc. And if you go over to their website and have a quick look at this white paper, if you are thinking of investing in here, not financial advice, they do go to in-depth detail, which I really, really like on their white paper, but not just only about their gameplay. They go into a lot of detail about the investment side of it, the governance, the payments, where all the stuff's, sorry, I'll put it up here, where all the stuff's distributed, etc. And, you know, just a lot of information that you'd want to know as an investor about how the introduction works, and just pretty cool stuff over there. So that being said, I know a lot of you wait for this price chart. So what we're going to do now, we're going to look into the all-important price chart action. We're going to see where my neighbor Alice was trading. So let's jump straight into the price chart. So jumping straight into the price chart action now and going a bit in depth in my trading view. So as you can see here, sort of like from the middle of April, it shot up obviously and then started declining like any new rocket shoot does. And then as we can see here, it sort of found a little bit of momentum and then started climbing down to its bottom, like new tokens, and then had its big kind of NFT season pump, which got it all the way up to, I'll do some little analysis on here. This was at nearly $20. So this pumped all the way up to nearly $20 up here, which was one of its highest kind of pumps other than when it first launched, which the bots pump it up, so we can't really take that into account. But where did it bottom out? So it bottomed out around about here, which fell all the way to $3.10. Now, sorry, $3.19. Now, that is the dramatic drop, which it was down there sort of only about a week and a bit, I'd say 2 weeks ago. And then it's had a major shoot up to its highest, which is around about 1645, which is not that far from its peak. If you have a look from the percentage from here to where its peak was, it's only like a 20% off its all-time high. So with it trading now at around about $13.15, how far is that from its all-time high? Well, that's a 46%. So if you brought into my neighbor Alice now, you would be buying in at the top, And we obviously don't want to do that. At Ripto, we are not ones for investing at the top. We like to buy at support and sell at resistance, not buy near resistance and then hope to God it actually pumps above the resistance line so we can actually make a little bit of money. So where would you think would be a good entry for this? Well, there's a couple of key areas. Now, this is not financial advice, and obviously, like I say, nothing on this that I say is financial advice. It's educational purposes. But if I just do a couple of trend lines of where we've had a couple of mini support and resistances, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit here just to cover this price action here. Right, we'll get that off. So as you can see, it's been finding support around about the just shy of $12 mark, and this has been a good kind of resistance here, which it got rejected at, fell down, and then dramatically broke through. And you can see here it's not been that far off it. We sort of like started having sort of like higher lows here, so like a higher, it was a higher high here and then went into a higher low, sort of gradually started. There's a pattern, as you can see. I'll try and zoom it up a little bit. You can see there's a pattern where it's going down, going up a little bit, and then going all the way down, bouncing off support, going up a little bit, going all the way down, bouncing off support. Now, if we're following this pattern and this pattern plays out, you can see here, this one should be really about near when it's top. You might have a little bit of a gain here, but to put it in another higher low, it would probably start seeing a rejection around about here and falling back down to test this support. So for me, if I was looking to buy into My Neighbor Alice, which I've not done at the moment, I would be looking for this level around here, around about the $8 mark, if we can see a continuation of a trend in NFTs. Because this buy area here, I mean, you could possibly, if you was a little bit of a riskier trader, look at this kind of area around here of $10.50, because as you can see, there was kind of some resistance here and resistance here. But for me, if we keep testing this and putting in these lower highs, then we're going to break this support here, and the next level drop is this one here, $10.50, and the next level after that is 8.7. Now for me, I'd be looking in for my buy areas around about this mark here. So anywhere around about here, as you can see, this would be a good buy box for me, around about between the 8 and the 9 and the 10, because this is where you've seen some key areas here. Now, this is a tricky one because it also all depends on what the NFT market's doing and where the flavor of the NFT market's going. Now, I know a lot of people don't go into this much detail because obviously some people find it interesting, some people find it boring. But for me, if you're investing your hard-earned cash and you're looking to, like I do, I want to know where the entry points are, not just a figure. We want to look at the chart and see where these resistances and were here in the beginning and where they turned into supports, and where when it's putting in like lower highs. So I kept saying higher lows before, but getting excited. So putting in the lower highs and higher lows, do you know what I mean? It's like it's a difficult one to say, but you can see fact to fact, stats are stats, as we like to say on Ripto. You can see it's continuing this pattern down here. So if it does, we're going to see this retest this support again and maybe drop to this level here, or indeed in our buy box. So if you're watching this one, these are the key areas to watch out for, coming all the way back down. But let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. I'll try and reply to all of them that I can. And if you have a question, I'll try and answer it the best I can. But for me, this is sort of the key fundamentals to look at as dollar cost averaging in. But again, let me know in the comments below. Please slap that like button, hit that subscribe bar, tickle that bell notification. And as always, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get ripped.